This is a video printing my self-published book. The book size is 8.5 by 8.5 inches. And then I will also print out the cover using a glossy paper. So this will be a double-sided print. We'll see if it comes up right. And then we'll end up cutting the paper as well. When you order a book from Ingram, Spark, or KDP, you typically are using 50 to 70 pound paper weight. So this paper that I'm using is not nearly as heavy. It is, I believe, standard, which is 20 or 24. Yeah, this is 20 pound paper weight. I would do another demo in the future with heavier paper, or maybe try it with my brochure paper. But let's see how this comes out. And since this is a wide format printer, we'll be able to print the cover front and back on one large sheet of 11 by 17, which is an advantage of having this Canon IP8720. Feel free to check out my other videos about this printer and the test prints. And if you want to order the printer, be sure to use the link in the description. It helps me out, and then you get a nice printer, so that would be awesome. Alright, so I just have to make sure I'm flipping the page correctly. See what it tells me to do. Alright, so we're supposed to take this out, reverse, and then down. Let's see how that goes. Then we'll hit resume. Depending on what quality ink you use, this may not be very cost effective at all, but when you order a book through Ingram or KDP, it costs around $3 to $4 to print a small children's book. So I imagine this is likely a little bit better way of printing it out, just for some visual approval and editing. But I still order the proofs from Amazon because I want to make sure that it's fitting their dimensions properly with the binding. And if you don't know, you typically add 1/8 of an inch to, I believe, wide, and 1/4 of an inch to the height, to make sure that the pages, margin and gutter are all properly set. So this book is Veterans Day book. It's a story about being a U.S. veteran and saying thank you to to veterans. The book was just released yesterday and is available on Kindle, and it will be free tomorrow on Veterans Day. So if you're looking for a story to share with your loved ones, be sure to go to the Kindle store and download the book. You can get it today, but you'll have to pay, and which would be a nice thing. So I'll make sure I put the links for this book in the description, and I will also put the link to the printer, and then you can also order a paper version of the book. Alright, so next up we'll be printing the cover. So let me get that all situated. And so we're going to use 11 by 17. This is a high gloss 11 by 17. Alright, and I'll fast forward through the parts where I'm getting everything set up, but this is printing the cover on a 11 by 17 piece of paper, glossy. Now it's not printing it as a photo mode, and look at that, it's coming out pretty well. And then I'll end up needing to use the paper cutter to get everything situated. So check that out. And so let's get our paper cutter ready. So this won't be precise because it's 8.5, but there's a little bit of a border on the top, but we want to take off at least 2.5 inches. So, you know, standard size is 11. So if we shift down to 8.5, we can see like where the lines are in the paper. Yeah, so I need to come up a little bit because of that extra. And I could do just less pages at a time, but this isn't, you know, I'm not selling this book. It's just really to see what the final product looks like. So we have that. And then for this one, which you have to do is fold this in half. See if we can get this right. Sorry about that sound. And we can, and this is just a lightweight swing line paper cutter. I can put a link for this as well. If your books are larger, you may want to invest in one that's slightly more heavy duty. Line that up, and it looks like I missed a little bit towards the bottom. And let's take off the top too. Alright, so now we have this. And just take the pages that we did and we slide that in. And see, now I probably do need to take off this top, which is fine. It's about 1/4 of an inch. So you can measure that out. It's not precise. Take that out. May have cut off a little bit, but we'll see. Now we have our book. And just I'll throw a couple staples in there. Just on the edge. It's nowhere near as pretty as what you would get. But just to give you a comparison, this is what we printed at home, and then this is a professional binding. So I may actually try to learn how to do a glue binding where I can print my own at home. But if we wanted to compare the family photo in here, you can see, now I didn't set to high quality, I set it to normal, but I could pick up that quality a bit. But it's, you know, some may actually prefer the lighter photo. And when it comes to the book itself, heavier pages will stop you from seeing through to the other side. But it's kind of cool. Like if I wanted to be able to give this away, I probably would not give it away with staples. I would glue it. But yeah, it's a cool way if you had to, in a pinch, give away some books. If you had a paper cutter, a nice wide format printer, make sure you learn how to trim your edges properly. You would be able to print your own books. And you see, no barcode because this will not be sold. And if you're printing for an event, you could also just take out the ISBN if you wanted to, or put a not for resale. Yeah, so this is printing your own self-published book on a Canon IP8720 and using a paper cutter. So if you liked the video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.